Our health is the greatest form of wealth.
Should I be real? Organic is marketing.
Organic is marketing?
Yes, I get frustrated with the healthcare system in this country. And it's not just about the health, it's about the food. When you go pick up an item, what do you see first?
Like the picture.
And if it's enriched and fortified, they're bolding some things and use specific colors, that's not what you want to focus on.
Okay.
Turn to the back. And when you turn to the back, a lot of people focus on the nutrition facts.
Like the protein.
That is also still marketing. That's not what you want to focus on. Where you want to go to is the tiny fonts. You want to focus on what they're putting in that particular product. Pick up yogurt. Yogurts should not be more than 2-3 items. It's better to buy the plain yogurt and go home and flavor it yourself. Vegetable oil. Tell me one vegetable that we get oil from.
When you put it that way.
The word vegetable is to market, but people don't stop and think to say, which vegetable am I getting oil from?
Right.
Is it cabbage? That vegetable oil is actually killing us.
We're all gonna die anyway. My parents have been doing this for a long time and nothing happened. They were okay. I might as well just continue, right?
I'm not trying to be rude. I'll say keep on living.
What is one food that you'll never put in your body again?
Fast food.
Even the healthy fast food?
Yeah, healthy fast food.
What is the biggest health myth that you'd love to kill?
That you have to go on a special diet to lose weight.
This is the point where I say, talk to me directly.
Don't go through the corners.
Hi, Rhoda.
Hi, Dumebi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having this platform and for giving us the opportunity to share a thing or two. It's a great thing that you're doing. You're impacting lives, and we just talked about it. You're really, really impacting lives, and more grace to you, sis.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's encouraging. But I'd like to just get right into it.
Yes.
I haven't known you for so long, but I see myself in you because you are very multidimensional, just like me. And we talked about it before we started recording.
Yes.
So, like me, you do a lot of different things. You knit. You started your juice business as well.
Yes.
But very recently, you founded a company called
Rooted Living Wellness.
Rooted Living Wellness.
Yes.
And that is what I want us to focus on today. So this is a wealth building podcast, but I feel like one thing that we ignore as professionals, immigrants, people in this like 25 to 45 age, we're chasing the wealth, we're going so much so that we don't pay attention to our health.
Yeah.
And I feel like our health is the greatest form of wealth. And I've been watching your Instagram. I see how you are very into wellness and not just the like aesthetic part of it, right? Not the spa and all the things that people associate with wellness.
Right.
It's you actually having your own farm in your backyard. It's you being intentional about food and all the things you put in your body. So I wanted us to talk about that.
Okay.
And how much of health is wealth and how should we be thinking about it? So first, I want to know what's even got you to this point, right? You have 2 degrees in nursing and your master's degree is from Johns Hopkins. And that is a big deal. That's a big deal. So for you to go from that point to this point where you're focused on, it's still health, but I'll say a different aspect of health.
Right.
I want to know what happened between when you got your nursing degree, you practicing, and this point where you are very conscious about health and wellness.
Ooh, all right. Thank you again. With that question, I'll try to give clips here and there because we're going to be here for a long time.
We got time.
Okay. So, yes, I got my BSN, my bachelor's in University of Oklahoma.
Okay.
But the journey actually started a semester into nursing school at Oklahoma. In 2006, after fall break, I got sick with the sinus infection, and I went to see my doctor doctor, but he was not around, so I had to go to urgent care in Norman, Oklahoma, and they prescribed the medication for me. Prior to that, I had to get flu shots. So I want to say something, disclaimer. This is my own body chemical.
Okay.
All right? So don't take it and run with it and say we're not getting flu shots. That's not what I'm preaching.
Okay.
So I got flu shots for the first time in my life. Very important to note that. And I also got sick. So they prescribed amoxicillin to me to help with the bacteria that was going on.
Okay.
I completed the full dose because, studying to be a nurse, you want to be diligent. You don't want to be known as a difficult patient, right? So I completed the dose and I noticed that I started breaking out my elbow. And I went to the ER in Norman. They gave me medication.
So you had to go to the ER?
Yes. And at that point, I didn't know that it was going to be really bad. When people react, they start having hives. That's what it's called. So I was having hives in my elbow, and I went to the ER with my sister and a friend, and they prescribed the medication to counter the reaction I was having.
From the medication?
Yes. Long story short, that was in December of 2026. Come first week, January 2027, not 2026, 2006. Come January 2007, I needed to go back to school. School resumes. But the hives started getting worse. So I told my big brother, I don't think I can go to school, but I need to report to my professor. He can't drive, scratching like this. This was me every day.
For how long?
So from that December to January.
Are you serious?
Yes. So my brother drove me 30 minutes to Oklahoma City to go see my professor. And I can't forget her name. Her name was Mrs. Beth. Once we got there, she's been a nurse for a long time. She was like, well, your airway is closing because, I could tell that I wasn't okay. They had to call an ambulance right on the campus to take me to U Medical Center. And they were like, you're having severe allergic reaction. So that was the beginning of my journey. And to shorten the story, I was out of nursing school for a whole year.
Because of that?
Because of that. So that was just the beginning. It affected my entire immune system to the point that my knuckles were locked up. It activated, I'm AS.
Okay.
It activated the sickle cell in me. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. People that are sickle cell anemic, you see them having swollen ankles. I experienced all of it.
Oh my God.
I couldn't walk. I was bedridden. My brother was the one carrying me, and my sister was the one giving me a shower, brushing my teeth. My brother had to stay on the same bed with me because all I could say was, That was how I was communicating for them to be able to turn me. And I was like, what is going on with me? Even the doctor, my PCP, didn't know what was going on. It took a rheumatologist.
What is a rheumatologist?
A rheumatologist is a doctor that specializes in...
blood? Is it blood?
No, arthritis-related issues. I may not be correct 100%, but I had to see a rheumatologist because my knees were that big, filled with fluid, so they would go every often to pull out the fluid with a very thick needle. She was the one that actually concluded that the medication reacted with the flu shot.
The amoxicillin reacted with the flu shot is why you're experiencing all of that?
Yes. But unfortunately, my whole immune system got shut down to the point that I had to start rebuilding it all over again. And when I went through that it was a very traumatic experience, not just for me. My siblings actually thought I was going to die.
Oh no.
After several months, they had to call our parents in Nigeria to let them know what was going on. And immediately they got on the flight and they came over to Norman. So that was the journey of this whole health wellness for me because my body never went back to normal. I was the queen of taking myself out on dates, and the way I did it was going to restaurants and just sampling foods. I love food. I mean, you can tell from my Instagram, I love food, but good food now. Then I was just, eating. But fast forward, I finished nursing school, and I decided I didn't want to be a bedside nurse for so long. I knew I wanted to do something with public health.
Okay.
But I didn't want to do public health as it is on its own. I wanted to do public health nursing. That way I can still be able to educate people about their health. One thing when we hear public health or nursing, we think prevention. Prevention, we think, I need to make sure I'm doing my annual wellness, my women's health, men's health, think about it, the whole 9 yard. But during my master's degree at Johns Hopkins, that's where I knew that prevention is more than you going to see the doctor. I had to take a class in homelessness. And that class, I had to not just volunteer my time at shelters, but I had one-on-one conversation with people that were homeless. And number one reason for homelessness in this country is related to health care.
How so?
So, you've probably heard me say that it's not a healthcare model, it's a sick care model. So people who are sick, they go to see the doctor. They give them medication. Maybe they have cancer. Maybe they have blood-borne disease, something that they have to constantly buy expensive medication. Now, the medication should help to some extent. If you notice, I said I reacted to the medication. They gave me another medication to counter that. When I went through that almost 1 year journey of reacting to one medication, I was on several medications. One to counter the side effects of another. Imagine someone that have spent all their money on medication. They are not rebuilding their health. They are managing symptoms and putting Band-Aid on a deep wound. And most of them, what caused homelessness was medical bills.
For real?
Yes. Number one reason for homelessness in this country. I was shocked. I was really, really shocked because I was like, no, and don't judge me. I thought it was because people were addicted to this drug.
I was gonna say that I would think the number one what leads to homelessness is like drug addiction and all of that.
And alcohol, no.
And alcohol.
It's medical bills.
That's crazy.
I know. It's very crazy and scary. So going through all of that, I said, I want to do something different, starting with me. And you won't believe what happened. I started the journey when I was in Baltimore, but I went through a withdrawal. Like withdrawal symptoms as though I was on drug. That doesn't, yeah. So I was trying to rid my body of everything that I had inputted, the food, the drinks, everything. I was trying to cut off milk. I was trying to cut off chocolate. I was trying to cut off everything all at once. And I was having severe headache. I was very forgetful. Sometimes it was just really, really tough. I decided to call my brother. You hear me say my brother, my sister. They're also in medical field.
That makes sense.
So I decided to call him. And he actually told me he went through something similar when he was also trying to eliminate certain things from his body. And when I noticed that I'm not a drug addict, why am I craving? Why am I going through a withdrawal? So instead of me to push through, I stopped and I went back to what I was eating. But every time it led to an illness. I can't count how many illnesses they diagnosed me with while I was in Baltimore. And I'm like, this is not the kind of life I want to live. I was 20-something years old, for crying out loud. So what do I need to change? And that was the journey from that.
So was there any particular food that you used to eat before that started making you sick?
That makes me sick now?
Yeah.
Anything that we don't cook. at home.
So like if you eat out.
Yes, we only eat out at. I won't mention them because they're not sponsoring you. If they sponsor you, I would mention them. But we only eat out at 3 places.
Are they like organic kind of, or it's just restaurants that you've tried that you did not react to?
Restaurant that we've tried that we didn't react to, and that we can still somewhat cook the food.
I see.
Yeah, we can still cook the food. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was feeling lazy, and I mean, you get tired sometimes. So I was like, let's order pizza and wings. I ate 1 slice. I broke out. I said, having hives again.
Wow.
Yeah. So we don't eat out, not because, we feel like we are more than that. In fact, since we are being very honest, the reason why we couldn't eat out at the beginning of, I think during COVID, was because we had to be very mindful of how we were spending. That was how we started cooking more and more at home. I mean, before we would still go to Chick-fil-A was our very nice place to go to. That was the only fast food that we could eat then. But after several years, all of us except my husband, including the kids, we react to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I eat somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
Like the average Nigerian or American, right?
Right.
I eat my salads once in a while, but I still eat out, right? And I don't see any visible like breakout, right? Are you trying to say that even though I cannot see it, some of these foods may still be damaging my body and my health? They're still detrimental to my health?
So I don't want to say a hard yes.
Okay.
Because I don't want any restaurant to feel like we are saying something is wrong with their food. So it has to go back to what you put inside your body.
Okay.
What happened to us was our body said getting rid of the toxins that we had been exposed to. So we didn't know that we were naturally detoxifying our bodies without knowing.
Right.
So after our system had said, okay, no more. We didn't know. We thought we could still eat out. So we ate out and we broke out. To the point that my son, as he's eating, you start seeing lines forming on his upper lip.
Wow.
And burning. He will start complaining that his lip is burning. Mine, not only will it burn, it swirls up as though someone punched me in my lips. And if I don't take care of it, I will have blisters. And that's happened even with chocolate. Yeah, so it's not just restaurant, that's happened with chocolate.
Right.
So if you go through the process of eating more at home, you're mindful of it's not necessarily you're just cooking every single thing, but what you're buying in the store, in the grocery store, you're looking at it, you're reading through the ingredients. I didn't say you're reading the front label. That's all marketing game.
Wait, what is the difference between the front label and the ingredient?
So when you go pick up an item, what do you see first?
Like the picture and all of that?
Yes, and the beautiful marketing strategies, right? And if it's enriched and fortified, and they will tell you, they'll bold in some things and use specific colors, that's not what you want to focus on.
Okay.
Turn to the back of every single item. And when you turn to the back, a lot of people focus on the nutrition facts.
Like the protein and all that.
That's not what you want to focus on. I know people will come for me and they'll say, well, you need to know how many calories.
Right.
Yeah, I hear that. But that is also still marketing.
Okay.
What you want to go to, where you want to go to is the tiny fonts. And the font is small on purpose.
It's like, why do you make it so tiny?
So that you're going to get frustrated. Like, I don't have time to read this. Let me just focus on, is the nutrition facts always small or bolding?
The nutrition facts, the like protein and the, you can see that, you can read that.
Because they are trying to tell you that these are the things that you get, but they're not telling you the things that we used.
Okay.
You want to focus on what they're putting in that particular product and read through it. Okay. For example, you pick up bread, and I'm using bread because there's a lot of videos going on social media. You pick up bread. Bread should be max 5-6 ingredients. That's it. And how do I know? We don't buy bread.
I saw that.
I eat it. My husband, we eat it. My husband is a better baker than I am. So he bakes the bread we eat. And if you don't like baking, there are several people that I trust the way they make their things. And some of my clients, I refer them to, you can buy bread here and buy bread there. But bread is not the only thing. Pick up pasta. Pasta is meant to be flour, either wheat and some other items, right? Let me even leave pasta. Pick up yogurt.
Okay.
We give our kids yogurt, right? Yogurt should not be more than two, 3 items. It's better to buy the plain yogurt or the Greek yogurt and go home and flavor it yourself. You know what you're putting in your body. You know what your children are putting in their body. So when you introduce all of these things in your body, guess what? You're teaching your gut system to rebuild. God designed our body in a wonderful way that it can heal itself. So when your whole system, the 10 systems are working all together to get rid of certain things that should not be in the body, and then you go back to a restaurant and you eat and you notice, I don't feel okay. I feel achy. I feel like my face is swelling, my lip is burning. Everybody would experience something different. That's when you know, I'm doing something at home, and I need to try to continue that so that I don't experience the effects.
First, I think we're not even still enough to notice the difference in our body reaction, right? If I get a headache, I would just think, I worked so hard today, I stayed at my computer screen. I think it takes a certain level of intentionality to be able to understand your body and read every sign, every signal, and connect it to food or something else, right? So I can understand how you got to that point. But let's go back to the bread example, right?
Okay.
They don't teach us these things in school, right?
Yeah.
I just go to the store and pick up bread. At best, I look for organic. But what I'm hearing is, that's not enough.
That is, should I be real? Organic is marketing.
Organic is marketing?
Yes, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get in trouble with USDA and FDA, but the information is on their website. You can actually read what organic means, and that's actually what I did. That's how I know. Not that it's also bad, but it's when you see 100% organic that you know it's actually real organic.
Yeah, and this is also confusing for someone like me that grew up in Nigeria, right? I only moved here for my master's degree, right? I don't think in Nigeria you have this many options, right? So for example, eggs, you go to the grocery store to buy eggs.
Right.
There's free-range eggs. There's organic. There is...
Pasture-raised.
There's something fed. And I'm just standing there like, I don't know. So why is America so different? And really, what should we be looking out for? Do I need to educate myself more? I guess it feels like the capitalist system is taking advantage of the fact that we're not reading, we're not educated.
Yes.
And I guess my question is, where do I start from? Someone like me who doesn't have a healthcare background, but I realize it's important for me to treat my body better.
Right.
And organic is not good enough. What should I be looking at in my food? I know that there are certain apps that you can scan.
Yes.
But every time I use those apps, everything is bad. It's bad. Okay. So I'm just like, okay, where do I start from? You've gone on this journey,
right.
And I feel like you're on a different level, right? Not everyone can bake their bread. Not everyone can plant their foods in their houses. maybe at some point we will get there. But for someone like me, where do I start from?
That's a very good question. And you actually mentioned how they get us. And I include myself because sometimes when we are busy trying to build the wealth, we neglect ourselves. Busyness makes you want to grab something the convenience is just grab and let's pour it in the pot and make something, or even put it in the microwave.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and it's done. So that is the starting point.
Okay.
You have to be very intentional to slow it down.
Okay.
In order for us to get this wealth that we want to build and leave a legacy for the 10th generation, you need to remember your health. What do I mean? Yes, there are apps, but before we even get to the apps, like you said, it's telling you that everything is bad. You can start with just going to your pantry.
Okay.
Go to your pantry and look at, what do I use the most? So if I ask you, maybe, what do you use the most?
Yeah, I'm taking a mental image of my pantry, and so we eat a lot of yogurt.
Okay.
We eat a lot of yogurt. I just check. Sometimes I do Greek yogurt.
Okay.
But most of the time I'm checking for low calories, not necessarily the ingredients. What else? A lot of nuts as well.
Okay.
But again, they are all pre-packaged. I try to shop in places that are marketed to be healthier.
Yeah.
Whether or not, so for example, I would do Costco over Walmart or Whole Foods over Walmart, and I kind of outsource the work to them.
Yeah.
And in my head, if I'm paying more for this, it has to be better than the other thing.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing is that's not good enough.
No. So I was in that category. I'm not going to lie. I was a kind of girl. I want to shop at Whole Foods in specific places, even though I'm broke. That was me. But when we got married, and he was one that actually made me to understand that you are paying money for something that is unnecessary. You're paying for the word. You're paying for the design. You're not paying for the actual content. So he was the one that made me to get into the details to know, okay, what are we really paying for? So it's not necessarily about the name of the store. It's actually the content in the package. So where can you start from? You said that you eat a lot of yogurt. I don't want you to focus on the calories. Now, for your kids, you don't need to focus on calories. For you, you may still want to be able to do that. But rather than focus on 2%, or if yogurt is what you really want, by the way, yogurt is good.
Okay.
Especially when it's not flavored.
Okay.
Because it is fermented or cultured, and it helps build your gut system. Okay. The gut system, you will probably have heard it, is the second brain. This is our brain, and then this is very important. If something's wrong in the oral health, something's wrong here. So yogurt is actually really good. Look at the kinds of yogurt, the type of yogurt you're buying, not the nutrition facts, the ingredients. Read it. If there's something you cannot pronounce, type it online. Use your chat GPT or whatever you want to use. The app that I use is called Yuka, Y-U-K-A. And I use that for information only, all right? Okay. So you scan the product, and it will show you either 18 over 100, 100 over 100, and it also gives you a recommendation. Yuka, sponsor her. Everybody that we're mentioning here, they got to sponsor you. Because people, I hope people use this information. Right. Because I share it with people that I work with one-on-one. But the goal is not just to scan the item. Before you go scanning the item, let me tell you this, you'll be very tempted to want to start throwing things away. Because you will see 0 over 100, You see 5 over 100. You see poor, bad, terrible, everything. However, tap on it before you throw that item away. Tap on the results that you scanned. It breaks it down. It tells you the list of additives. It tells you if it's carcinogenic.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but isn't everything carcinogenic?
No. So it's a lot of work. I'm not going to sit here and say it is a walk in the park. No. It's a lot of work, but you can start with one item.
Okay.
That's why I asked, what item do you use the most? For people that cook a lot, they may say oil, for example. Even without scanning the oil, I can tell you a list of oil not to cook with because they are not meant to be in the body. For example, vegetable oil. Tell me one vegetable that we get oil from.
When you put it that way.
So the word vegetable is for us to think, and they do put vegetables in front of the item to market, but people don't stop and think to say, which vegetable am I getting oil from?
Right.
Is it cabbage?
Right.
Is it beets? No. It's different seeds that has gone through highly processed and pressed out, that when you heat some of it, it becomes a tool to cause inflammation, swelling in the body.
Wow.
Yeah. If you're to pull something off the shelf right now, if you're cooking with a lot of oil, I would say start with the oil in your pantry. Okay?
What do you use? What kind of oil do you use?
So we started using, when we found out about all of this back in Oklahoma, we started using olive oil. But olive oil is not meant to be deep fried with. Then you're going to kill all the good things in it. So what do we use now? So you will hear some things that I'm about to say. You go online and you will hear, oh, that's not good. But I'm going to mention certain things to make us think about, that will cause us to think before we jump to conclusion if they're good or not.
Okay.
So we cook with palm oil.
Right.
Palm oil we heard is bad. Cholesterol this, cholesterol that. No. Palm oil is really good. It's high point. It can withstand heat without breaking down the beneficial properties that we need in our body. We cook with coconut oil. I know some people don't like the taste. Some people don't like the smell. But the more you do it, the better you will get used to it. So the way I actually teach my clients is there has to be an unlearning and relearning. You have to unlearn and retrain your taste bud to like the things that are healthy. Some of the additives in the food that we eat has caused our taste bud to be trained a certain way.
Right.
So you're reversing that, which will go through. It's a process. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
So we cook with butter. You want butter, 100% butter, because it's really good. They say fat is bad. Good fat is good for the body. There are certain vitamins that we take that your body cannot absorb without fat. If you're taking vitamin D, for example, and you're avoiding all the fat content, your body is not using it. So we use palm oil, we use coconut oil, we use butter, and last but not the least, we use tallow. We use olive oil too to drizzle. Like my husband's lunch today, after sauteing the broccoli, I turned off the heat and I drizzled olive oil and packed it with his chicken. Tallow is animal fat from the cow. I know people will be like, oh my God, how can you use tallow? Oh my God, tallow is not only good for cooking, but it's also good for your skin. A lot of people in a certain race, that's what they use as their deodorant.
Really?
Yes, as their body cream. Caucasians, because they know how good that thing is. We use it. So we're talking about health.
Yeah.
Health is not just what you put in your body, it's also what you put on your body. So before you scan all the things in your house, because I've had people come and say, oh my goodness, I saw this, I threw it away. Don't go scanning. Once you download Yuka, don't go scanning everything. Pick one item so that you don't get overwhelmed. It's really easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, it was the opposite for me. Scanning is bad, but I'm like, I might as well just eat everything because nothing is good. So I get what you're saying. And I like the point about putting not just what you put in your body is what you put on your body. But what do you say to someone who says, we're all going to die anyway? My parents have been doing this for a long time and nothing happened. They were okay. Or I've been doing this throughout and nothing happened. So there's that mindset where people say, this is what we're used to, right? There's so much argument and misinformation and just different information, like the palm oil, right? There's a debate. Some people say it's good, there's a debate, some people say it's bad. Yeah. So we're going on the internet most of the time to search for these answers. And it's like today something is good, tomorrow it changes. So I understand that this whole wellness space is developing, right? But what do you say to that person who says, my parents were okay. My parents ate the same food. They were okay. I'm in my 60s or I'm in my 50s. We will die anyway. I might as well just continue, right? What do you have to say to that kind of person?
I will ask you, what's your why for living? If you feel like you've achieved your why, then I will say, I'm not trying to be rude, I will say keep on living. But one thing I say to myself is I want to die empty. And if I'm not taking care of this vehicle, that's what I call my body. It's a vehicle to fulfill the purpose. How do we build wealth, right? You have all of these properties. You have wealth for generations. But if you're not here to pass it down to your children, by passing it down, it's not just a will or trust fund. They need to see how you live your life. So if you feel like, oh, my parents ate the same thing and they're fine, my question is, what's your why? 2, did your parents actually tell you, I was going to say patients, did your parents actually tell you every single symptom that they felt? They will say, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay, but they don't want you to know. I tell my kids, I'm very open with them. My daughter's pregnancy took me through a lot of health challenges. And she knows, my son knows, they're 8 and 10. Not that I'm scaring them. I'm telling them, take care of your body. Because for you to do X, Y, and Z that you want to do, how will you do it if you're aching? How will you do it if you're in a sick bed? How will you do it if you are telling your employees that you can't come to work? Then they will take care of your business anyhow. They won't do it because the boss is not showing up either. So if to that person, I would say, think about some of those questions. And if you don't feel like thinking about it, write it down. Write it down. I love to write because I want to go back and read it and reevaluate, what am I doing? So yes, I may be eating healthy and all of that, but I know I need to add exercise to it. Okay. So exercise is actually my own struggle.
I see.
Food is easier. So for me, I bought some weight. I'm doing it with the kids. I'm doing it with my husband. We've started that at home. So I know that at this point where I've done all food, I need to strengthen my muscles to be able to pull out any extra sugar in my blood. That way I don't develop insulin resistance. So all of that is in my mind because I can already feel some signs and symptoms in my body that I need to deal with. So to that person, what is your why?
Right.
What is your legacy that you want to leave for the generations?
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And so to my next question, right? I remember seeing you repost something. I don't remember exactly what the ailment was, but your comments was something like you strongly believe in the ability of food to heal the body, right? And this could be controversial. In America today, again, as an immigrant, I only moved here 10 plus years ago.
Right.
But there is, I don't want to say epidemic, but autism is so rampant.
Right.
And as someone who moved from Nigeria to the US, maybe I wasn't aware of it, but I don't have the statistics, but maybe I can look for it. Maybe like 1 in every 10 kid is diagnosed with some medical issue, whether it's autism or ADHD or something that it just seems like something is in the air, something is going on, right? And a lot of people say is related to our food or some vaccines. I'm not anti-vaccine. I take vaccinations. I vaccinate my kids.
Right.
But I've had health professionals say it's all related. I just want to get your take on this. Do you think that food is connected to the epidemic that we're seeing, especially in kids, right? Kids there's no medical history, they're just kids. And if there's any relationship, do you think we can use food to heal some of these things?
Like you said, it's a very controversial topic. And I want to start by acknowledging every parent that have a child on the spectrum. It's not a general information because every parent is experiencing different symptoms per child. And the reason why I reposted that and I said I believe is because it's very close to home. And I won't share her story. And I've been encouraging her to share her story. But I'm getting emotional because I have seen this dear family member of mine go from all the things that we saw to nobody knowing that person ever went through it. This is all glory to God. And I saw the work the parents did. This is not a far family member. This is someone, my blood. I've seen it, and I'm encouraging her to share her story. And I'm hoping that when she's ready, because it's a very, very sensitive topic, it's a lot of work for the parents. They did a lot of work, a lot of therapy, did a lot of changing of what that child was eating. Mm-hmm. That's why I know that it's not just food related. A lot of the things, I'm trying to control my emotions because I get frustrated with the healthcare system in this country. And it's not just about the health, it's about the food. And that's why I say it's a sick care model, because it's a cycle of you eat certain things, you get certain kind of diseases. You go see the doctor, they prescribe you a medication. Medication, you're not meant to be on medication for life. If it's health, we should be able to reverse it. If the body has the ability to treat itself, then we shouldn't keep increasing the dosage of medication for people. So with all the epidemic of all kinds of diseases, I do believe that food is part of it. I'm not saying it's all of it, because every child is different. And I know that parents are doing everything in their capacity to make sure that child has everything for the community to understand the child, not for the child to understand the community. It's the opposite. I say this, there's nothing wrong with those children. They see the world differently. We need to be the one to understand their world, not force them to understand our world while they are going through the stages of healing, of recovery, of whatever we want to call it. Yeah.
Can you share?
Sorry, it's a very, very. I don't want to share her story because I'm talking to her to share her story.
Yeah, and I respect that. But what I'm hearing is you think that food, for some cases, you think there's a relationship with food and the cause, and also with food to heal.
Yes. For everything that God created, He has put healing power in them. And it wasn't until I started farmland juice that the Holy Spirit started teaching me more and more about certain things. And there were some times I would hear, do X, Y, and Z to help with this and this. But I told you earlier I'm an overthinker, and because I didn't want people to come to me and say, how do you know you're not a doctor? So where's your degree, X, Y, and Z? So I will run to websites and some of my books at home to check, will lemongrass help with X, Y, and Z? Will cinnamon help with this and that? And it will be exactly what the Holy Spirit told me.
Right.
So God is still working on me. I've kind of stopped doing that and just doing whatever I hear the Holy Spirit reveal to me to do. And I have seen, not just seen, I've experienced the healing happening from some of the things that we call herbs, the leaves, the fruits, the seeds. I've seen some of the healing even in my own body. I've seen it in my own family. I not just what we're putting in our body, like I said earlier, but what we're putting on our body. I've seen scar heal. I've seen a patch of infected wound clear up. So there's healing power in food that God made, not the synthetic version that man made.
Can you share some of those foods? I watched a clip where you said you started brushing with lemongrass. Was it lemongrass?
Yes. So last year, I planted lemongrass for the first time, and towards the tail end, I was harvesting. Lemongrass grows like a weed, so I was trying to just uproot it and dehydrate some so I can keep for off season. And while I was doing that, I heard brush with it, and I was overthinking. I'm like, when they think something is wrong with me, if I tell my husband I'll be right back, I want to go brush with lemongrass, he's going to tease me. Like, we're going back to olden days now. So I snuck into the bathroom and I quickly brushed and I looked at at my teeth in the mirror, and I was like, oh my God.
It whitened it?
It whitened it. So I went to my husband and I was like, look at my teeth. What do you think? He was like, oh, it's a little bit whiter. And I told him, we're like, wait, what? So I felt in my heart, this is not what you do every single day. So I went online to research. I do a lot of research to research how often would someone use lemongrass roots to brush the teeth. So because it's quite strong in its natural form, you don't want to erode and hurt your gum and cause any other issues. So yeah. And, another idea that popped in my mind is just blend it up into powder and use it to scrub your teeth. Yeah.
Wow. What other food would you say has healing power, or herbs has healing
All
power?
of it.
All of it?
All of it. The back of your mandarin. This is real. The back of your mandarin has oil, natural oil. So have you ever drank orange and you peel it and you squeeze it and you see the oil come out from yes. So I hurt myself one day prepping to juice. I cut myself, but as I was peeling the mandarin with gloves on, that's the part. It seeps through the glove onto my hand. And I noticed that, oh, wait a minute, this thing is healing. So I purposely squeezed it for several days, and I noticed that it was healing. So I told my husband, my husband is my gist partner, so I was like, guess what? Mandarin heals wound. He was like, here you go again. He doesn't say that anymore, but before he would say, here you go again, Rhoda. Everything heals. I said, yes. So I was like, look at this scar. I will show you in the next few days. And then he was like, oh, wow, you're right. It's healed. I said, yes. And I went online to actually do a research. It has healing power. Your rosemary. Last week, my husband I noticed that he's been stressed from work. So I did a warm bath for him. I went to the backyard, plucked some rosemary leaves.
Why do you even have rosemary leaves in your backyard in the first place?
Because they have healing. I brought you some. If you touch it, you feel it a little bit sticky.
Okay.
That's its natural oil. One of the things that I noticed when we started this juicing business, the fragrance of whatever I'm doing fills the house. And I noticed that I'm relaxed. That's when I started paying attention more and more. Mint, when you are rinsing it, is releasing its oil just by you inhaling it. Think if secondhand smoking can cause damage to the lungs. Think about you inhaling all of these things.
Right.
Bringing clarity to your mind. It's something about the nervous system with mint, with lavender, with chamomile. It relaxes the nerves. So chamomile is the flower from another.
Right.
Yeah. So all of these things, they all have their own properties. Lavender is edible. You can. We had it with dinner a few days ago. You can eat it. You can brew it. You can use it to relax. I use it for facial scrub. That's another thing that we don't buy. Facial scrub. All of these things are meant to just bring healing to your body, help you relax, help you feel refreshed.
Yeah.
So just pick one, just pick one, either rosemary. If you don't like rosemary, pick lavender. If you don't like lavender, pick thyme. Thyme that we use for fried rice is very good for upper respiratory infection. Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't taste good. Doesn't taste nice, I should say, not good. Doesn't taste nice, but brew it for 5 to 10 minutes and drink it. Very good to loosen up that mucus.
Yeah. I mean, like when you go to the spa, there's all this mint oil and lavender.
Yes.
Right? We're used to it in its artificial state, not so the natural state. So I guess you are going a step further and going to the root of it.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to visit your farm to see.
Tiny backyard.
Oh, it's in your back. Because I saw you, like, you have onions. Did you do onions?
Yes.
Wow.
Onions, we have garlic. This year, I did a lot of flowers, from lavender to chamomile to, I'm trying to remember, it was something like that, sweet as alyssum, and I'm forgetting this one, calendula. The flowers are healing. Some of the anti-aging oil that you're buying in a store is derived from some of these things. So I'm trying to grow them so that I can make my own infused oil other than what I've made before and use for skincare for us. Because we don't use over-the-counter lotion or anything for our skin. So I infuse all of this to help healing, because the skin is actually the biggest organ and the biggest system. So I'm trying to heal from inside and outside at the same time. Yeah.
Wow. Are you worried that when your kids leave home, they would find it difficult to adjust to this lifestyle that you've created for them?
I don't think it's going to be difficult for them, and this is the reason why I say so. If you have a conversation with them, you would think maybe I told them to say X, Y, and Z. They will be the one lecturing you why this is bad. That is not good for your body.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. And they know. They actually... So we started gardening when we lived in Fort Worth back in 2018. That was when we started gardening. When we moved to this side of town in 2020, they were 4 and 3. They were crying because they wanted a garden.
Wow.
Yeah. We couldn't do a garden in an apartment. We lived in an apartment. So immediately we moved to our house. We were like, okay, we are starting all over again. So they already know that this is a lifestyle, not forced on them. They understand the reason behind it. They've experienced the side effects of it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to tell them you must. I don't do that. They know what to do now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot from you. And I think it's going to be a journey for me, but like you said, if I want to be here for a long time and a good time, I need to be mindful of what I'm putting in and on my body. So I'm going to be committed to that.
Okay.
I but not as much as I can.
Yeah.
With the excuse that I'm busy, but then again, we make time for things that are important to us. So maybe that's where I need to fix up. But yeah, I think this has been an amazing conversation.
Thank you so much. I hope this has been helpful. I will say this: be very gracious to yourself.
Okay.
Don't try to do it all at once. And it's not about dieting.
Okay.
It's a lifestyle change. And the last thing I want to say is, the body you want to enjoy when you're 60, build it down.
Nice.
The one you want to enjoy when you're 70, start building it now. Because you still have the strength to do it now versus then, which, change is not necessarily very easy to do. But be very gracious to yourself. Take it one at a time. Yeah.
Nice. If someone wanted to reach you after this podcast, I know that you have a program. So if you want to talk about what you do at Rooted Living Wellness.
Yes, thank you. So Rooted Living Wellness is a one-on-one coaching. And I've shared the first stage, which is awareness.
Okay.
That's what we talked about for the most part today. Once you're aware, then we can start building on nourishment. And I actually talked about every part of it, to being mindful of not just your physical health, but also your mental health. And that's the part of me purposefully doing things and bringing things that will help with the nervous system. But that's for me. You have to find yours. But so if you want to know more, you can visit rootedlivingwell.com. You can do just consultation. And if you want a group consultation, we can do that and see if it's actually right for you.
Nice. Well done. I have some rapid fire questions. I'm just going to pull it up.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can take you from there. What is one food that you'll never put in your body again?
Fast food.
Even the healthy fast food?
Yeah, healthy fast food.
in my house, I don't know why I'm naming names, but in my house, one is the bad one. I think we all know the bad one. And one is the healthier fast food. So we always make excuse for the healthier fast food. So you'll never do fast food again?
No.
If you had to pull out three, I guess you don't have. I was going to say if you had to pull out three foods from your pantry, or what were the first three things you pulled out from your pantry when you were trying to make the switch?
Oil.
Okay.
So
the vegetable oil?
Vegetable oil.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to say something. With the olive oil, always read to know the source. So it's very tiny font. So just because it says olive oil, don't just grab it and go. Go turn to the back. After you read the ingredients, look for the source. Try to get one that's coming from just one source, not 5, 7 sources. Yes.
Okay.
So oil, for sure. Daily meat, and any pre-packed food, or all this luncheon for kids, for snacks. And all those Oreos, Cheez-Its.
Wow.
All of it.
So do you make cookies for your kids, or they don't do cookies at all?
They do. My husband bakes. He does cookies. He does granola bars. He does granola for cereal. For yogurt. Fruits. They do fruits. They do veggies. What else? Yeah, but store bought for the most part.
You don't do?
No.
Yeah. Between my husband and I, I'm bad, but I'm the healthier of the two. So when I go to the store, I'll hardly buy like cookies, but he will just buy everything. So he's gonna be watching this podcast. What is one food that you eat almost every day?
A lot of protein. Protein and good fat.
So like, what exactly? Chicken?
Beef. Goat meat. Chicken. Fish. We always try to have shrimp in the freezer. Not a lot. For the days that we are just tired, we want something quick.
Okay.
So protein was my breakfast this morning. Just chicken.
But even with those, right? For example, salmon, you hear them say, "Oh, this is the colored and the added colored one." But salmon is already expensive, and buying it because this is supposed to be the healthier version, right? So it feels like we're fighting a system that we cannot win against.
It's true. You're right. So you have to choose. Do I want salmon or do I want something else? Is that something else? So I used to get salmon too, but that is actually true with the coloring. Yeah. So you have to choose. You can't win
So
against
what kind
the
of
system.
fish do you eat?
Sometimes we eat mackerel.
Okay.
Sometimes we eat catfish. And sometimes we eat tilapia.
Are you buying the pre-packaged or are you buying the whole?
We're buying it whole. Make sure they're cleaning it in front of me. Yes, I don't know how they were raised and all of those things, but I can control anything after that.
From there.
Yeah.
And you buy your meat from the farm or?
Yeah, well, we started when we lived in Fort Worth. I used to go to the farm to buy the meat. Then we moved, so we started buying from Costco. But we recently got introduced to the owner of a farm in Wiley. So we just bought our meat from there.
Nice. What is a wellness habit that you swear by that costs nothing?
Sitting down and resting. I know people will be like, but I have to work. So I mentioned at the beginning that reaction messed up my whole system. What I didn't mention is it costs me so much that even a little bit of stress will cause my hormones to go overdrive. I will start having reaction as though I ate something and I'm reacting to something. So I had to go to a specialist then, and they checked if I was actually allergic to anything. And I'm not allergic to anything.
Didn't find anything?
I'm not. All the results came back as not allergic to anything. So I had to learn to manage my stress. So sitting down it's hard. I want to do something, but once my body is telling me something is going on, I sit down. It doesn't cost you anything. It actually renews you.
I love that. What is the biggest health myth that you love to kill?
That you have to go on a special diet to lose weight.
This is the point where I say, talk to me direct. Don't go through the corners.
Yeah, I've done keto. I've done counting calories. I've done special programs. I was a gym rat. I wasn't losing any weight. I was in fact starving myself and gaining weight. I've done all of that until we started doing what we do now. I've lost weight just adjusting. I'm not marketing weight loss.
Okay.
But I've lost weight just adjusting what we put in our body.
So how does that work? Cleaner food?
So if you see, for example, that oil, that's vegetable oil, is actually killing us. It's killing us slowly.
Jesus.
It is. So that's why I mentioned oil first. What we hear about don't eat fat, that's actually not good for us. We need good fat in our body.
Yeah.
So I cut off the mindset of diet. And I started thinking healthier options, more protein, more good fat. We still eat our rice. We still eat our bread. There's a lot of bread at home because
portion controlled.
So your plate has more of the colorful than the carbs.
I see.
So sometimes, like for the first half of this year, we're crazy about Asian food. So we're doing Korean, Japanese, and all those things. And it makes sense why they have so many things. Before you get to your rice, you're already full. You already have your veggies. Because those things fill you up. They are low. Some of them are low in glycemic index, meaning when they start breaking down, it doesn't cause your blood sugar to spike. Yeah. So it's breaking down gradually, which means you're fuller for a longer time. When you're not eating as often, guess what? Your body is using what it has. You're not adding more calories that we're used to counting. That won't matter anymore. But if you're really thinking about, okay, I want to lose certain pounds per the next 3 months, 4 months, then maybe you still want to count to make sure you're at a deficit at what you're eating versus more. But all those diets, sorry, I'm not trying to kill market for people, but I don't believe it.
And you look good, so maybe we should be taking advice from you.
What did you say?
I said you look good, so maybe we should be taking advice from you. I think I have one more.
Okay.
What is one thing that you never cut from your budget?
Oil.
The good kind of oil.
The good kind of oil. It's so when we switched, we started using avocado oil. But avocado oil is the price of gold. With the tariff, it went rocket high. I tried making it. I was like, it's okay. We'll learn how to eat coconut oil in this house. But oil, we do our coconut oil. Tallow I made tallow because it was easy to make. Tallow could be expensive sometimes, but you getting fat from the ranch. They will sell the fat to you. Go home and render it into tallow. Very easy. Butter, very easy to make. So oil and good quality egg, yeah.
What kind of eggs do you buy?
So we used to buy it from farmers market.
Okay.
Yes, and I used to go to a lady in Preston. She had eggs, and there's someone off our street that has this letter box outside. She has a chicken, so whenever they lay eggs, she'll put it there, first come, first serve. And when we are not able to get it from there, I go to HEB. Yeah.
Interesting. So do you do the pasture raised or you just
Free? So this thing is quite confusing. I've read up on pasture raised, free range, and all of those things, but what I focus on more is the color of the yolk. I know you can't see it, but there's a particular one that once you start buying it from HEB, the color of the yolk is very similar from the one from the farms. So that's the one.
so yellow or
more orange.
more orange?
Yes. Yes.
Final question: what does building wealth mean to you?
Oh, building wealth is multifaceted.
Okay.
And I have to take it back to the Word of God that says, "Brethren, I wish for you to be in health." Don't let me misquote. It's 3 John 1 verse 2. It says, "Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health, and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well." So, for me, building wealth is multifaceted. It may go slow some seasons, it may be fast in some seasons. And one of the things that I have noticed for me is that whenever I try to force to build wealth, I actually slow it down. I learned in a very painful way. So I'm learning to be still and be on the path that God has laid out for me. If that means slow in a season, then there's something I'm meant to learn in that season. While I'm learning that in that season, what has God given me? What is in my hands to do? Then I will do it. If it's digging the soil and planting and learning, then I will learn from there. If it's connecting with people, because there have been seasons where I've been very busy and I wasn't able to connect at all.
Yeah.
So for me, it's multifaceted. My health, my family, my friends, my spiritual lifestyle. I'm one of those people that if I feel like my connection with God is dwindling, I become a mess. So that is very important to me. Building wealth is also making sure I'm walking in purpose. Okay? Like I told you earlier, I wanted to be a 9-to-5 kind of girl. But I realized that was not what God was calling me to do.
Right.
So building wealth for me has been, Lord, who am I? Let me discover myself. What do I need to do with the ministry that you've given to me? My first ministry is my family. Now, what is my purpose in this life? What are the gifts and talents that you blessed me with? What do you want me to use them for? And if that means I'm working for somebody else for a season, then I'm making sure I'm doing it well and leaving the footprint that is impactful, not the one that they will say, come and be going. So all of that to me is building wealth.
Yeah, I deeply resonate with that as someone that likes to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think in this season, I'm learning that less in the right direction could be more. So I'm in a season where I'm I'm doing a lot of introspection. I'm doing a lot of praying and saying, what do I need to strip off? Which of these weights do I need to strip off, and which of these do I need to focus on based on purpose and what God has called me to be? But thank you very much, Rhoda. Really enjoyed speaking with you. You have a wealth of knowledge. I think that what you're doing is ministry. I think that, again, I can see the bigger picture, right? I can see all the oils and all the products that can come out of this. And if that's the way God wants it to go, so be it. But I'll say, continue doing what you're doing. Continue educating us. Continue catering to your family, your ministry. And I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
And I cannot wait to see where God takes you and how this turns into something big, because this is information, again, we don't learn in school, right?
Yeah, right.
This is information that you have learned from unpleasant experience. And I know people say experience is the best teacher, but I say it's better not to learn through your own experience.
I don't pray for my worst enemy.
Thank you for coming to share. I hope that everyone who is watching this, first, I hope that it gets to the right people, and everyone who's watching this takes the information that they need to improve their health so that they can go on to then build wealth. But thank you.
Thank you very much, Dumebi. God bless you.
Amen.
And this is going to go beyond these walls of US and the places that you've thought about, because it's like you said that mine is a ministry. This is a ministry. And I shared with you earlier, even by watching one episode, it has impacted our family, not just me, the entire family. So God bless you.
Amen.
The Holy Spirit will continue to lead you and reveal the heart of God for the people to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.